When the lights go on again all over the world, and the boys come home again all over the world.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, I'm Mike.
And I am Fran.
And this is Mike and Fran Unrehearsed, Season 2, Episode 4. Coming at you guys from Lake Barrington, Illinois, where you can listen to us on 216 The Net, real life internet radio at 7:30 in the morning on Mondays. Or you can tune into TuneIn, Apple Music, or Anchor FM, featuring my mom, Fran, the oldest person in the world with a podcast.
Wait. We don't have that verified.
Wait a minute, Mom.
Some people just said I was, but I don't have it verified.
But the people that said you were, they know, and they looked,
right.
And we searched, and we tried to find somebody older than you.
Okay.
And the only thing we came up with was one woman that was 101 who had a podcast about the Holocaust. And this was dated 2020, and we looked it up, and then he goes, wait, hold on, we can't say your mom is the oldest person with a podcast. This lady's 101.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, but she died. And so that's the only other person that we knew.
All right.
So I think we're good.
Well, yes, I did celebrate my birthday.
That's right. So Mom is officially 96 years old, doing our podcast here, our radio show on 216 Net called Mike and Fran Unrehearsed at 96 years old. And last Thursday, well, the week before Thursday, on January 26th, we actually celebrated your birthday. And we went out for dinner with the family, right?
Well, I was so pleasantly surprised. My youngest son from Connecticut flew out, and everybody kept it a surprise from me.
That's right.
I did not expect to see Vincent for 4 days.
That's right. That was a secret.
And that was great.
Secret.
And then it was great. We went to a restaurant, Chessie's in Barrington, which is like a train.
Yeah. It has these train cars that are sort of dining room areas, and it's kind of neat. And I don't know if they have the lights up all year round, but they had them up when we were there.
And we were the only people there.
Right. We were the only people in the whole railroad.
We had a royal
car.
treatment.
Wasn't that great? And then what was the girl's name? Lily? Was it Lily? Or?
Lily. And it was so much fun to just be with my 4 kids.
That was very nice. And the food is great there, and it's a nice atmosphere.
Yes.
I haven't been there in such a long time.
Oh, we came. When we first came out here 30 years ago, we took my mother there.
I feel so old now.
We haven't been recently.
You know I'm not in my 30s anymore?
No, I started to tell you that, Mike. But on the Saturday after that, we had the rest of the family, all the grandkids and great-grandkids, except a granddaughter in Boise and the rest of Vincent's family in Connecticut.
Right.
Brooke and Clayton were in college already again.
Yeah. But Vince came out. We had a great time. We went to Illuminati's for pizza because he loves Illuminati's.
Yeah.
And you can't get Illuminati's in Connecticut. You just can't do it. It's not the same. And what he likes to get is every deep dish pizza company in Chicago is known for something special that they do. Because otherwise they all kind of look the same. You know, the bread and the crust and the tomatoes.
I don't like deep dish.
Well,
see, I like the thin.
I like it on occasion. I like it when Vincent wants
dish.
to go, and I'll go with him. And traditionally what we used to get is the sausage Illuminati's pizza with a whole patty of sausage on the whole bottom of the pizza. It's like another sort of a layer, right next to the bread. So that's a lot of sausage. And, these days I don't eat that kind of thing too much. And when I do, I sort of get agina or heartburn or something. It's like, oh man, 2 hours later, what did I do? But the pizza that Vince likes is the pepperoni. So it's tomatoes, pepperoni, I think green peppers, and mushrooms, and I think that's it. And you know what? It was really good, and I didn't, feel bad or,
Well, for my birthday, I could ask what I wanted. I am partial to tacos, and everybody else likes tacos.
That's right.
So I wanted a taco dinner and no cake. I wanted a lemon meringue pie. That's right. Always been my favorite. Right. It was my father's favorite too.
Well, I think we had one for Christmas too. But
so we had lemon meringue and cherry pie.
So I want to ask all you folks something. If you were to go out and buy a pie, where would you go? Because there used to be only one place to go, and I think it was called Poppin' Fresh, right?
No, Baker Square.
It was called Poppin' Fresh.
Oh, I don't
And then
remember.
They changed to Baker Square.
Okay.
And then when you go for a pie, you start looking, on your phone where Baker Square is. There's only one right here, and the next one is, I don't know, way up there in Vernon Hills or something. So there's not a lot of them, is my point. And guess when I had to go out and pick up those pies? On Saturday, the snowiest day of the whole winter here in Chicago. It snowed all day long, continuously. They didn't even bother shoveling because it was just going to snow right over. So you know what I had to do? I had to drive maximum 30 miles an hour. I couldn't drive any faster than 30 miles an hour because I couldn't stop. Because I couldn't stop. So I got to go pick up the pies, and it's snowing. And he goes, yep, you got to get those pies. So it took me like an hour and a half to go there, like 15 minutes away and back. And guess what happened when we got the pies at home? And I brought them upstairs, and I go, hey, everybody, we got pie. And we put your little candles on there. We ran out of a 6, so we had 95 plus 1. We lit it. We made a wish. And then all of a sudden, I got to go. Wait a minute.
Well, they had to drive home. Most of them live an hour away or
more. I don't care. They got to stay for pie.
They left and they didn't eat. So Michael and I had, for 4 or 5 days, we had those pies to finish.
We sure did. I was going to get a blueberry because Vince likes blueberry. They didn't have blueberry, so I got cherry because cherry's good for your gout, I think. I don't know. That's what they say. So we got a cherry and a lemon meringue. And I brought him up the next day for Vince, and he goes, what, nobody ate anything? I go, Vince, Mom had a piece, and I had a piece of both of them. He goes, doesn't look like he ate anything.
Well, girls...
And then he cuts himself a piece, and it was like 4 times the size that we would eat. That's a piece of pie. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, Vince, the girls
you can't eat like that forever.
Don't eat, they are gluten-free.
Yeah.
And he didn't get gluten-free pies, so they couldn't eat the dessert.
Well, they wouldn't have ate them anyway. So the next time that we have a party and we're going to get a pie, I'm going to get a pie just big enough for you and me. Because nobody wants it. Nobody wants a pie.
I like the extra leftover.
Nobody wants a pie.
So, come on.
All right, fine. We can get half a pie, maybe.
All right.
Maybe half a pie.
No.
All right, wow. Anyway. So as I promised, each show we're going to have Mom, the oldest person in the world with a podcast, talk about her words of wisdom. And now this time it'll be Words of Wisdom Volume 3. So don't tell me what it is, Mom, because I want to know what it is. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys that you're listening to Mike
and Fran
Unrehearsed on 216 The Net, where you can actually tune in to us on our website as well. So if you go to mikeandfranradio.com, all of our shows are archived on our website at the bottom. You've got to scroll down a little bit. So we have 52 from a couple years ago when we started, and now we're on our 3rd one. So you can listen to all of those all over again. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Everything is there. All of our YouTube programs that we had recorded. And you're also going to be able to listen to our TikTok site, which we're having all kind of fun with. So I put some stuff on there. Oldest person in the world gets her hair done, and there's Mom with her hair. Oldest person in the world. It's breakfast. So what do I eat if I want to be the oldest person in the world with a podcast?
I'm not the oldest person in the world.
Yeah, with a podcast. Didn't I say that?
All right. No, you didn't. So okay. Let's just get off of the age.
Okay,
Come on.
Well, it's true, though. And
all
it's
right.
good. And it's a good thing. And no one else can say that but us. Okay, I'm done. Good. Okay, I want to remind you guys that we're sponsored by eXp Realty. And if you wanted to sell your home for cash in less than a week, let me know, because that's what we specialize in at eXp Realty. Okay? And I also want to mention that if you have a small business, we can help you process the ERTC funding of up to $26,000 for each W-2. This is Employee Retention Tax Credits. For each of your W-2s, you can get up to $26,000 back as a refund from the government. Now, if you took PPP, it might come down to about $10,000 or so, but still, $10,000 per W-2, that's pretty good. Now, to find out more, go to our website, MikeandFriendRadio.com, and we also are partnering with a low-cost health insurance product, which will save you half the cost of what you'd be spending with Blue Cross Blue Shield. So, guys, check that out. Please go to MikeandFriendRadio.com, like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube, to our TikTok. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, Mom, so now it's time for Words of Wisdom, Volume 3.
Well, it was my mother that always said this.
What?
Don't count your chickens before they're hatched.
She said that.
Yes, because I was always rush ahead of myself in life. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Is that what that meant?
And she'd shake her finger at me.
So did that mean that that you're like, you know, getting impatient about something, or what?
It's sort of like don't get before the horse, you know. That is, don't rush.
Well, you had to like do your due diligence before you get rewarded or something, or what?
It wasn't meant that way particularly.
Okay.
Just don't plan ahead. Take things in steps.
Now, did you raise chickens on the farm?
Oh, well, I hate chickens.
Okay.
Only one short while.
You did raise chickens?
Only a few, and I hated it because, for some reason, evidently they didn't have the right diet. They started eating each other's feet, little cannibals, and no, don't mention chickens to me.
You still remember that, huh?
No, don't like them.
You know, in Chinatown, they eat chicken's feet as a delicacy.
I know.
Now, you would never do that.
Dad liked chicken feet.
No, I think
he liked pig's feet.
I think it was pig's feet.
All right.
I don't think it was chicken feet. Was it?
Probably pig's feet was more like it.
All right, so don't count your chickens till they're hatched.
Yes.
Have some patience, will you please?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So, Mom, I don't know if you remember, but there was a few holidays back, I don't know, a number of years now, where I was looking at the zodiac of everybody, and I'm a pig, Chinese zodiac, and you're a rabbit, and Ryan, I think, was a snake. I think it was maybe Christmas somewhere, and you guys were sitting on the couch together, and I'm like, Mom, he's a snake, and you're a rabbit. You better get away from him. I was kidding around. But anyway, this year, Chinese New Year 2023 is the year of the rabbit. And Mom, you're a rabbit. So that's pretty cool, huh? What do you think?
Why not?
So here's a rabbit. The rabbit is the fourth of all zodiac animals. Legend has it the rabbit was proud, arrogant even, of its speed. He was neighbors with Ox and always made fun of how slow Ox was. One day, the Jade Emperor said the zodiac order would be decided by the order in which the animals arrived at his party. Rabbit set off at daybreak, but when he got there, no other animals were in sight. Thinking that he would obviously be first, he went off to the side and napped. However, when he woke, 3 other animals had already arrived. One of them was the ox he had always looked down upon. Okay, so the rabbit is associated with earthly branch. I'm not sure what that means, Mom. Earthly branch. Oh, and when you say yin and yang, the rabbit is a yin. And then it says rabbits are earnest with everything they do. They just ask that others treat them the same way. Well, that's kind of nice. There's one other thing that I liked here. They say, with their good reasoning skills and attention to detail, they make great scholars. They are socializers with an attractive aura. So that's kind of cool. However, they find it hard to open up to others and often turn to escapism. That's kind of interesting. And then it says here, a plain and routine life is not their style.
Yeah.
Though conservative and careful in their actions, They need surprises every so often to spice things up. Now that one kind of hits home, I think. What do you think, Mom?
I think so.
Is that like you need something a little different every once in a while?
Yep.
Something new, something challenging. All right. Well, that's great. That's great. So as it turns out, I was able to try to go to the Chinese New Year's parade in Chinatown on Sunday at 1 o'clock p.m. when Vince was leaving, because he wasn't flying out until like, I don't know, early afternoon.
2 o'clock.
Yeah. But we got a head start, and I wanted to leave at like 10:30. Probably didn't leave till probably almost 11. Got him down there at 12. Didn't get down there. I picked up Jana on the way, because we always go to Chinese New Year. And we didn't get down there to Chinatown till probably about maybe 1:30 or so. And there was absolutely no parking around anywhere. Now I'm running on a car that's an EV. I already drove Vince to the airport and picked her up. I had like probably about 17 miles left to my name. And I'm driving around looking for a parking spot, burning up miles. And it was cold. It was like 20 degrees. And so what happened, I had a spot, but I had to turn in and cut off a policeman, and I decided not to do that. And before you know it, we were out of power, and we had to go charge. So we charged up for a little bit. We figured by the time we got back, it'll be a little bit less crowded, and we'll get something to eat. So we did get something to eat. And we went to a restaurant that was kind of off the side. It wasn't as crowded as the other ones were, so it was nice. So we did have a good time. But the next time we ever go to the Chinese New Year again, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the red line, the CTA. Mm-hmm. Because you can just go up a few stops, park there, and then just get off there. And I don't know why we've never done that before. Because it's impossible to park unless you come at least at noon, or earlier. And that's not going to happen. But the parade is nice. And one of my friends had a little party at that same restaurant that we went to earlier in the week. And so that's how I knew about it. So that was kind of fun. That was
well, while you are talking about Chinese New Year, I will talk about what has intrigued me the most this last week.
Oh,
I have been being glued to the set, looking at that Chinese spy balloon, as they call it, that came over Alaska, down over Montana when we first heard about it, Idaho, through the end of Illinois, over to the ocean, and was finally shot down. And that has intrigued me no end. Yeah, and then I hear there is one over South America. I think Costa Rica or somewhere in that area.
Well, you and the whole world. I mean, you can't turn on any news now without seeing a Chinese spy balloon being shot down in the air.
So I was sort of glued to the set watching CNN, watching this.
So I know that Republicans are saying that President Joe Biden didn't react fast enough. But what he said immediately when they knew about it is, we're going to shoot that thing down as soon as we know that it's safe to do so. So I don't know what they're bitching and moaning about. I mean, that thing was a pretty big apparatus up there.
Over land, they feared that someone might be injured or property.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's why they waited until it was over the water.
Yeah. I was also intrigued in the news about the Portland area, the Columbia River, where there was a boat at the mouth that got turned over by, I think, a Canadian man was on it, and very explicit pictures. And I know that area. I lived in Portland for a while. I'm from Eugene, and it is a turbulent area there with a lot of wrecks and boats around the mouth of the Columbia. I also was kind of surprised to hear the man had a background. Yeah. I don't know the whole story, that they found a fish in a hotel room or something, and he was wanted by the police or something. There was a lot more to the story.
It says here, rescued boaters, bizarre background surfaces.
Yeah,
so that's pretty
that's
wild.
A good word. Yeah.
A man who was saved by the Coast Guard rescues swimmer at the mouth of the Columbia River,
which is treacherous,
as a massive wave rolled the yacht he was piloting Friday, was wanted for a bizarre incident in which police said he left a dead fish at the Astoria, Oregon home, featured in the classic 1985 film The Goonies. What a whack job.
Yeah, it's an odd story. An odd story.
I don't know about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything happens in Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Bizarre.
No, not really.
Yeah, well,
But it was something that happened.
I don't know.
And also this week, we had Brady retiring again.
yeah, that's right. Now say his full name, Mom, in case people don't know.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
That's
the
right.
paper today had an excellent article on other people like Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, yeah.
What's the name of this other quarterback? That Lafeve or what's his name?
Brett Favre?
Brett Favre. On how hard it was and about other people that retired.
Yeah, it's tough.
It was a good article.
So they don't want to stop playing the game. They love the game, but they have to retire eventually.
Yes.
And so Tom Brady looks like finally this is. So last year was the big hoopla one. This year's the real one.
Well,
he did a little self video.
45 now.
I want to tell you guys first. It's coming from me. I'm retiring. I'm telling you. Last year was a big one. This year not so big. But I'm over.
But he's going into Fox Broadcasting with a contract.
Well, absolutely.
And he will be around for years. You will see him now commenting on all of this.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, Mom, there's something else that was pretty interesting I've been hearing about. It's something called Chat GPT. So what it's supposed to be is like a chat box from this like open artificial intelligence kind of platform that would like actually write documents for people and communicate between them and do papers and assignments and things. It's kind of scary. So it says here, as companies look to streamline their operations and increase productivity, many are turning to artificial intelligence tools like Chat GPT to assist their employees in completing tasks. But can workers truly rely on these AI programs to take on more and more responsibilities, or will they ultimately fall short of expectations? And they say, not great, but not bad.
Time will tell.
Yeah. I was listening to, I guess it was WGN in the morning, and they were using Chat GPT to create a bio for like Bob Surratt or something, and it talked about some basic stuff that you know, but it didn't mention anything about WGN. So Bob's like, I'm going to look at that and see why that's not on there, you know. But it's kind of interesting. So what were you going to say about the teachers?
I was
Mom?
going to say that I was reading about the lack of teachers.
That's right.
And I said, if I was 20 years younger, I would love to go back and substitute.
Yeah, that's right.
But I haven't been in a classroom since 1990, 94. And I'm sure that so many things have changed since I have been there.
Yeah,
so much more in the computers and things. But
what was intriguing is you read the daily salaries for these part-time teachers, and it was anywhere from $150 to like $300 a day or something, or $500.
No, there wasn't.
How much?
One had a $500 bonus if you worked so long.
But it would
but most of them were $120, $130.
Well, some were like $250.
$180. Yep.
For a day. That's pretty good.
No, that was after you had been assigned and been there so many days.
All right, but that's per day is what you could earn.
Right.
Like permanent part-time or something like that. Well, that's pretty good money, but I don't want to be a teacher.
I would have loved. I loved it. I loved it.
And you were good at it too. You were.
Yes, I was good at it, and I just noticed that they're in dire need of teachers. And
I hear it's getting worse. Is what it's actually getting.
Well, what they have to do is put teachers to teach maybe geology or biology or math, and they weren't specialized. They weren't qualified for that all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard right now.
Hey guys. It's time to learn some new words from Mom's daily crossword puzzle.
Which I work every day except Sunday.
Oh, they don't have them on Sunday.
No,
so Mom
we
likes
don't
to
have
work
them in
the
the
ones
paper on
in the
Sunday.
Daily Herald. They're
Yes.
They're, let's say they're right up her alley, and she does them really good. Okay, so here we go. We got. I picked out some interesting ones that I'm not even sure about, but I'm sure you know. Well, here's a silly one. Bread ingredient begins with a W. 5 letters.
Wheat.
Wheat.
Which my daughters don't eat.
Yeah, that's too bad. I like it. And then here's 6 across. Join the chorus. Begins with an S.
Well, that's sing.
Sing. All right, now those are real easy, folks, but here is where it gets really hard. 10 across. Geometry pioneer. Now, don't say it really quick, because I know that you know what that is, but I would not know that.
No.
That's history. Geometry pioneer. Now, do you know that because of being a teacher or what? Who is that? Geometry pioneer.
I've heard of it before. Euclid.
Euclid.
Yeah.
Never heard of that at all. We have a Euclid Street. Is that why it's named Euclid over there?
I do not know.
I don't either. Okay. All right. And then here, 14 across, you say henchman, and you got, what do you got? It starts with a ST.
Stooge.
Stooge is a henchman.
Yeah.
I always thought a henchman was somebody that was going to hurt somebody, or you know, like a bouncer or something, but not necessarily true. Okay. All right, 15 across, it says here, more frilly, and ends with an IER.
What does it begin with?
More frilly, L.
Lacier.
Lacier.
But something lacy is more delicate and frilly.
That
Lacier.
That sounds like a made-up word to me.
No.
All right, more frilly, lacier. All right, 16 across here is a delicious drink. Begins with an N, ends with an R. It's like a juice or something. Delicious drink. Nectar.
Well, nectar. The bees get the nectar from the flowers and things.
Right. Okay.
Nectar.
18 across is a luau souvenir. Well, that could only be one thing.
Oh, it's 3 words.
Alay.
3 letters. Alay.
L-E-I.
Yep.
A luau souvenir. And the last one here, folks, is 19 across. It says here, clairvoyant, and it's 4 letters. And I don't know. It looks like there's a double E in the middle. I have no idea what that
Seer.
is.
S-E-E-R.
What the hell is that?
Well,
That's clairvoyant?
a person who can tell the future, a seer.
They call them a seer?
Clairvoyant is somebody who
like
can...
a seer? Like with their eyes?
No, seer.
Seer.
Well, I wouldn't put it with that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
A seer is a clairvoyant, ladies and gentlemen. Get it right.
All
right. Well, thank you for helping me out with this crossword puzzle here, Mom, because I would never be able to do it on my own. All right, Mom, I got to put in a couple of quick Uber stories here. I've been going in the morning, driving people at 5 in the morning to the airport, and I had a guy over here, his wife, and they were really, really, really nice and real friendly, and I knew I recognized them from somewhere, and I think it was from Keller Williams' real estate office when I was there. And I go, hey, Dave, how you doing? And he goes, hey, good morning. I'm going back in. Do you want anything? I'm like, no, I'm fine. No one's ever asked me if I wanted anything. You want a coffee or something? Oh, I got one here. And then his wife came in and asked me the same thing. Do you want something? We have coffees back here. I feel really bad.
Nice.
It was really, really nice. And 2 weeks ago, there was a guy that said, I want to make a movie out of Mike and Fran Unrehearsed. And now I know a way to call his number. I can go on the app and say that he forgot something, and it'll actually give me his number. So I'm going to give him a call and say, hey, how you doing? I just wanted to touch base with you. I know that you were looking for a distributor for your film, or maybe someone to buy it, and I know people that might be able to help. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next time. All right, so goodbye.
So long from Fran.
See you guys next week. And maybe that'll give me enough time to take down our Christmas decorations. Huh, Mom? So goodbye.
So long. And maybe you'll get the Christmas tree down, Mike.
Oh, my God. I think it's the latest it's ever been up. Yes, Mom. We'll do that. All right. Bye now.
Bye.